I'm a bad motherfucker.
Counted for House districts, Electoral College shot down in the Senate. So I don't know if you know, but when they do the census and they count how many people you do, that's how they base how many congressional districts, how many electoral votes, all that stuff. They count immigrants who are here legally and illegally.
Mm. Oh, wait, is that the thing that people on Twitter go, why are you accusing them of sneaking people in to do something they're not even allowed to do? And they don't know about this very thing? Is that what this is?
Yes.
Among other things?
So, an effort by Senate Republicans to stop non-citizens, including illegal immigrants, from being counted on the census for the purposes of apportionment for House seats and the Electoral College was shot down later Friday after the measure failed to gain the support of a single Democrat. Senator Bill Hagerty from Tennessee, he's a Republican, moved to include an amendment attached to the $460 billion spending package that would require the Census Bureau to include a citizenship question in any future census, and then bar anyone who isn't a U.S. citizen from being counted for purposes of congressional district and electoral college apportionment. I don't have anything for this, right? While the bill would also exclude legal immigrants or temporary visas and green cards from the census, the move has been undertaken explicitly to stop illegal immigrants from being counted amid millions of new arrivals at the southern border. By the way, they're also being flown in, and we're going to tell you about that in our next story. It's similar to the Trump-era effort to include a citizenship question on the 2020 census. Trump's effort sparked widespread criticism and condemnation from Democrats and left-wing immigration groups who argued that a citizenship question was unlawful and was designed to help Republicans in future elections. Hagerty told Fox News Digital last month that he believes that Democrats in sanctuary cities and elsewhere are accepting of the effects of the migrant surge because they are hoping to gain greater representation in the House of Representatives and Electoral College by redistricting. They are seeing people leave their state. They're seeing the potential of the next census to lose congressional districts and electoral votes. I think most people in America are shocked to find out that we count the presence of illegal immigrants in determining the allocation of congressional districts and electoral votes. I think most people would be shocked to find that out.
Yeah, I'm surprised but not shocked.
Surprised. But if you think about the motives for the crime that's taking place at our southern border, that is it. That's what the Democrats are trying to do, and it's a sheer power grab. It's cynical as hell, and it's actually the most straightforward explanation of why they would tolerate this carnage and mayhem. It's in order to retain and gain power. Now, that might be another reason. It seems like it is, but certainly this is being dictated by the billionaire class that wants a flood of immigrants, not only here in the United States, but in Western Europe also.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing, France, they're doing the same thing, Ireland, Germany. This is happening all over.
And they're passing crazy laws in the other Western nations that are way worse than anything I ever heard about Putin.
Right.
Way fucking worse.
So we've speculated about why this is. I think the first thing is to suppress wages.
Always that.
There's no doubt.
That's a given.
Secondly, we can't make our military recruiting quotas. And so now Dick Durbin said on the floor of the Senate that we got to let illegal immigrants into our military at the promise of giving them citizenship.
A thing we've done many times over the years.
Which is exactly how Rome fell.
Yeah.
That's two things. Now, a third thing I've also said, and other people have said this, is that it's made to create chaos, and it's made to turn poor working people against even poorer immigrants, so that we get distracted with this kind of chaos, and we lose sight of what's actually being done to us by the establishment billionaire class that runs everything.
Well, like if your daughter gets murdered, you might be a little distracted.
So. And it's, as that one guy from Scotland said, I can never remember his name, but he said it's meant to keep people who are on edge on edge. It's meant to keep us on edge.
Yeah.
And so then we eventually beg for authoritarian solutions to our problems. And now here's another reason that they count them in the census, and they use that to proportion congressional districts and electoral votes. All of these reasons are bad reasons. But it's definitely happening.
Well, you know how, because we're the good guy country, anything we do around the world is good because we're good. So when we do actual crimes against the bad people, it's good that we did those crimes.
Yes.
That applies to our domestic policy also, especially for these kind of people. Establishment people love, going outside the law and doing all kinds of creepy ass shit to win. Because they're very Trump-like for people that hate Trump.
That's right. Haggerty's amendment failed after 51 Democrats and independents voted against the measure or were not present. One Republican, Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, voted against the measure. All other Republicans voted for the measure or were not present. The vote was 51 to 45 against. So I'm guessing that independent senator was Bernie Sanders. The mostly united Republican support for the measure suggests that it could pass in the GOP-controlled House. In a statement, Haggerty said that the Democratic opposition confirms that they're using illegal aliens and sanctuary cities to increase their political power. I mean, it's hard to argue against that.
And it's not a part, look, I mean, I should go without saying, but gerrymandering, which has, over the last 10 years, Republicans gerrymander. When I was a kid, I remember Rush Limbaugh complaining about Democrat gerrymandering.
Everybody gerrymanders. But Democrats gerrymander. Whoever has power gerrymanders. And that's why Dennis Kucinich doesn't have a seat anymore.
Well, sanctuary cities were invented by Republicans. You know that, right?
No.
Yeah, because after Nicaragua, all the helping we did in South America.
Ah, really?
We had sanctuary cities for all those people coming up from the places we were, same old shit. But the Republicans, I think Reagan was in.
Reagan, that's right.
That's when the term, because I was like, where'd that term come from? Why did we even have that? Republicans put it. So it ain't Democrat or Republican. Both parties are against you. Hopefully this passes because it's politically expedient to Republicans at the moment.
The vote comes as an immigration remains a red-hot political issue. President Biden visited the southern border last week. Yeah, okay. Look, folks, we have a simple choice. We can fight about fixing the border, or we can fix it. I'm ready to fix it. Send me the border bill now. Joe Biden, you've been president for 3 years. Why? And every goddamn executive order you put in place when you became president was to unseal the border.
You know those emergency powers you locked us down with?
Right? You can lock me down in my house, but you can't lock down the border. The bill would increase staffing to the border and funding for cities and NGOs receiving migrants. It would also place a limit on border entries, but conservatives say that 5,000 a day trigger would normalize already excessive. So they're going to 5,000 a day?
Yeah, and also, how about don't attach it to more money for fucking Ukraine? This bullshit where they go, they didn't want to sign the bill that gives away billions of dollars to a losing war that murders these people.
How can you really? So their argument is we have to count people who are in this country illegally by the millions in our census and then use that to proportion electoral votes and congressional districts.
Well, I'll tell you how, because nobody knows shit about shit.
So get this. Now, I'm dubious about this. Since the first census of the United States in 1790, counts that include both citizens and non-citizens have been used to apportion seats if unauthorized immigrants were excluded from their apportionment count. California, Florida, and Texas would each end up with one less congressional seat than they would have been awarded based on population change alone.
You think that's not dubious?
So they're saying that would hurt Republican states more. Yeah, but are those Democratic districts?
Yes, but this is what she's saying is before all these people migrated the hell out of California.
Yes.
No, all these liberals fled California and these other states. So, yeah, maybe that would have been then. But the reason they're doing it now is exactly because it's not how it is now, right? That's the argument.
Yeah, I've actually heard of people saying the opposite. I'm again.
Sure, it goes back and forth. They're both bad parties,
right? So don't quote me on any of this, but I think the Republicans' House majority is around slim. It's like 8 or 9 votes, right? Mm. And so I've saw someone did some calculations that said because of this, Democrats have 20 more seats in Congress because of the counting of the census this way.
How about nobody does bullshit anymore with this? How about that? All the parties.
And then there's this. the projected change in congressional seats after 2020 census. So I hate things like this because. So I don't know what that means. I don't even know why I showed it.
You're not a policy wonk.
So they introduced a bill just to sum up. They introduced a bill in the Senate to stop counting people who are here against our immigration laws for the census.
Weren't allowed to vote, I thought.
It failed. So we're going to keep counting people who are here illegally, and that's going to factor into our electoral college and our congressional districts.
Let's say you
just keep that in mind.
Even let's say it hurts Republicans to stop doing it. Still stop gamifying everything with people's fucking lives. Right. They all look at. That's why I can't stand these fucking breaking point guest speaker nerds that they can only think in well, humans are just bags of probabilities. They're all FTX brains.
I know.
And that's what they're worried about. The game of this. Stop lying all the time, all of you.
How about there's an actual principle here, and I am surprised. I guess I'm not shocked, but it almost feels like I'm shocked. Did you know this, Misha? That they counted? You didn't know, Steph. Did you know that they counted?
No.
Why does anybody trust anything about America at all anymore that lives here?
And Steph,
the only way you could trust it is by never learning anything about it, never learning any history. That's the only way you could.
She's out. Now, you're 100% Mexican, right, Steph?
I'm a Latin double X.
And I'm a woman.
Latin double X. And what is your feeling about this?
Well, I don't even think it has anything to do maybe being a Latin double X, but I kind of think I don't understand why you would count in a census immigrants.
Because it's cheating.
Well,
because it helps you cheat.
That was more a conversation I was having out loud, not for you to answer, Kurt.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
So
Mexican
to
blood.
me, it's like crazy. So somebody who just arrives here, they're going to be counted, and I get it. It totally makes sense. What they want to do is all right. So we'll count how many people are here in California. This population is exploding, and then we'll be able to add another senator. I don't know, So of course, Jimmy, it's nonsense. I don't get it at all, and I don't understand how they can count. I don't even understand how they can. Where do you go up to an immigrant and then you count them in the census and then they're immigrants? How do you know? How do you know that they're going to stay here?
So I don't. My friend, exactly. My friend who's gay just texted me and he said, that pita bread thing you were describing is what me and my roommate call Wednesday night dinner party.
Yeah. Maybe probably lunch and breakfast too. Make a day of it. Good time. Nothing wrong with bonding with bros.
Okay, over to Latin double X. He's finding out his schedule. I want to tell you something about the apples in your holiday pie taste amazing, but it's not exactly the recommended 5. It's not exactly the 5 recommended servings of fruit and vegetables. The Mayo Clinic says if you want to help prevent heart disease, lower blood pressure, and cholesterol, eat 5 servings of fruit and vegetables a day, which, let's be honest, is almost impossible. 5 servings of fruit and fat. I only eat twice a day. So that's why you need to check out Field of Greens. That's right. Which every fruit and vegetable in Field of Greens is medically selected by doctors to support your vital organs like your heart, lungs, and kidneys, and your immune system. The holidays are here. You're going to need to stay healthy. Only during the holidays, though. Plus, you'll notice your skin, hair, and nails will look healthier, too. Field of Greens is the simplest way to get those daily fruits and veggies, and it tastes amazing. It does taste good. I can tell you it does. I like the way it tastes.
It's not.
Okay.
It's
okay.
Yeah.
So let me get you start. I can get you help started with the. So do you know what this stuff is? This Field of Green stuff.
I like it.
It comes like this. Everybody likes it.
Just freeze-dried vegetables.
Yeah, it's freeze-dried vegetables. It's real. It's not. It comes in powder form. You get a scoop of it, and then you put it in whatever. You put it in your smoothie. I just put it in water, and it tastes like an iced tea lemonade kind of. It's really great.
I take Kratom, which is powder like that. It tastes way better. Like everything tastes better than Kratom.
So I'm going to get you started, get you 15% off your first order. Go to fieldofgreens.com, use promo code Jimmy. That's promo code Jimmy at fieldofgreens.com, fieldofgreens.com. Get 15% off. and you can get healthy. Okay. Is that it for today? That's it for Curtis, not in Dallas.
I'm there 12th and 13th. I'm at your thing on those days.
But you're going to be making the 30th.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That's what we like, buddy.
All right. All
right.
Over to Steph.
All right. Big
Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy and the rest of MSNBC. And click on any of the videos right here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. And you can get more videos from MSNBC for free every day with our newsletter. Just visit Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy and the rest of MSNBC. And click on any of the videos right here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. And you can get more videos from MSNBC for free every day with our newsletter. Just visit